Great Clocker Thompson, the track watcher here at Randwick. Great day last Saturday. You managed to tip us into a few winners, and it continues this Saturday, 4 Group 1s.
Yeah, I hope I handle the backup, Simon. It's a good day. The interest is Queen Elizabeth Stakes, obviously, with More Joyous and Americane, Secret Admirer, all going on with it.
That looks to be a fantastic race. Americane drops back in distance to 2,000. How do you think that'll suit him?
I reckon he's the horse to beat from here. I've been really taken with how he came through his BMW run. I reckon he's looks significantly better within himself. The horse looks happy. He's thriving, being up here. He's had a few weeks between runs. He's not a horse that does a lot of hard work, and they've just been letting him bowl around. But geez, he looks good. He just looks like he's loving it. Set for the race. He's the one to beat for me.
More Joyce couldn't have been more impressive last week. How does she look to have come through that run?
Really good, actually. She's a horse that can, she's not a robust type, and she can feel her runs for a day or two, particularly as she gets into a prep. But I saw her here yesterday, Monday morning, and she looked, you could tell she'd had a run, but she looked a bit better than I thought she might have looked. So she's now got a few days to fully recover, which she will, because she seems to have come through it pretty well. The question is whether she runs a strong 2,000 metres. She's had one go, which, was a very good run in the Cox Plate, but where she busted, but, she stuck it to Say You Think. There's not many horses that do that. If she's going to do it, she'll do it Saturday. I wouldn't ever dare say she wouldn't, because I've seen so much of the horse and I know how good she is. But I think my money will be on Americane, maybe a saver, More Joyous.
The Sydney Cup looks to be a reasonably open race, do you think, or what about from a Randwick perspective?
I've got another visitor here that I think's really thriving, Drunken Sailor. He gets, the more he gets into this prep and the more he sort of cruises around here, he looks like he's loving it. He's the horse for me in the Sydney Cup. He's coming off a good run, and I reckon he's gone ahead since. There's a couple of others here of Gaze, Once for Wild and Older Than Time. Both chances, good, dour handicappers. Older Than Time probably the best of those. Each way chances, but I think Drunken Sailor's probably the hope from here.
Can Piero do what Gay did once before and win the Triple Crown in the Champagne?
He can, for sure. He's an interesting horse. He was probably, in a lot of ways, he was probably more vulnerable in a race like the Golden Slipper than in these longer races, because he is a middle distance type horse that's being asked to sprint. And a lot of his lead up work to the Slipper was keeping him fresh enough for the sprints. A good hard gallop in the Slipper and a 7-day backup with a bit more distance, he went better in the size produce, and that's the sort of horse he is. He'll thrive on hard work and a bit of distance, so he's had 2 weeks between runs. He's had a couple of gallops, have been very good. The horse looks well, and I think the mile, he's just going to love it. So yeah, he's not a sprinter being stretched out to a mile. He was probably a mile a stayer being kept back to the sprints before now, so of course he can do it. The stablemate, though, he's the improver. You'd be surprised how well he goes this week. He'll put it to him, I think, this week, Raceway. He's gone on really well, probably more so between runs than Piero. It's just a matter of if he can make up the ground,
And he all age rounds out the 4 Group 1s.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got much hope there. I know Atlantic Jewel comes here when she's in Sydney, but I haven't seen her. If she runs in that race, well, none of the others may as well bother turning up, should they?
What's taking your eye this week from a track perspective?
I think those 2 visiting horses are the interesting ones, and the keys, Americane and Drunken Sailor. They're the ones I want to be on.